Making money as a creative doesn't have to mean doing more, but you do need options. And I am willing to bet there is at least one idea in here that you haven't thought of. And it might just be the one thing that shifts everything for your creative business. One idea that could take your whole side hustle and turn it into a full-time gig. So stick around till the end. You don't want to miss this. Physical products. Different ways to turn your art into tangible income. Number one, in-house product creation. This is where most of us start, making your products at home, art prints, stickers, greeting cards, bookmarks. And what I love about this approach is that you've got full control. You're touching every part of the process, from printing to packaging to posting. It's slower than some other methods, but it's more personal. The margins are often better in the beginning as well, especially once you're buying supplies in bulk or making things to order rather than sitting on loads of stock. It's perfect when you want to keep things small batch and intimate, or when you're just testing new ideas without committing to massive production runs. Number two is print on demand. If the thought of managing stock, storage, or regular trips to the post office makes you want to run, then this might be your answer. With print on demand, you upload your artwork to a specific platform. It could be a dedicated print on demand site, or even your own Shopify store that has integration. And when someone orders, it gets printed and shipped automatically by the production company. You can do mugs, tote bags, notebooks, phone cases, apparel, all without touching a single box. Now, the downside is you'll have much lower profit margins and less control over your quality. But the upside is you can launch an entire product range in a weekend without needing a printer, envelopes, or a spare room full of inventory. Number three is limited edition drops. If you love making products, but the idea of running a permanent shop just feels exhausting, or maybe everything you make is a one-off piece, then this one is worth considering. So limited edition drops are curated collections, often themed or seasonal, that sell out fast and don't get restocked. Think mystery boxes, themed bundles, original art, pottery collections, and they only exist for 1 week or until they sell out. It creates a sense of excitement and urgency. So you get to make what you're actually inspired by right now, and your audience gets something special, and once it's gone, it's gone. There's no pressure to keep it in stock forever. Number four is functional art. This is where your illustrations stop being something people just look at and something they can actually use. Things like calendars hanging in your kitchen, or planners someone is scribbling in every single day. Wrapping paper used for birthdays, list pads stuck to the fridge. It's still your artwork, but it's living in someone's everyday life in a really practical way. What's nice about functional art is that it tends to appeal to gift buyers, stationery lovers, and people that want their purchases to be beautiful and useful. Plus, you're more likely to get repeat buyers because once someone finishes a notepad, they're more likely to come back for another one. Number five is custom commissions. These are the personalized pieces. Someone hires you to draw their specific idea. Maybe it's their wedding venue, a pet portrait, a childhood home, or a personalized birthday card. Commissions are usually priced higher because they take more time and energy to create, and they're not scalable. You can't make 10 of the same thing. But for a lot of creatives, this is where consistent income really starts to build. They also build trust in a way that's hard to replicate. People get to work with you directly, and that often leads to repeat customers or word of mouth referrals. Number six is picture books. So if storytelling is your thing, combining your art with narrative can be incredibly powerful. You can self-publish, you can pitch to publishers, or even collaborate with a writer. And picture books aren't just for kids. Think art-led poetry, creative nonfiction, or illustrated guides. Number seven is zines. So zines are great if you love storytelling or pairing visuals with words. And they don't need to be polished or perfect. Often the charm is in how raw and personal they feel. This is a more expressive, narrative-led format. So think illustrated essays, short stories, or themed collections. Something someone can actually sit down and read or explore. Digital product shop. Number 8 is digital downloads. This is often the first step into digital products, and for a good reason. It's simple, accessible, and easy for your audience to understand. Things like printable wall art calendars, checklists, planners that someone can buy, download instantly, and start using straight away. No packaging, no postage, no restocking. You make it once, and then it has the potential to keep bringing in income without starting from scratch every time. It works especially well if your audience already loves your style and wants a low-cost way to bring your work into their home. Number 9 is customizable templates for other creatives. These are tools designed to help other makers work better or show up more confidently online. Think editable Canva templates, mock-ups, branded assets, that kind of thing. What makes these really powerful is that they solve an actual problem. They save time and help someone show up with a bit more confidence without them having to start from scratch. If you've ever made something for your own business and thought, oh my word, this would have helped me years ago, that is usually a sign that you're onto something. Number 10 is printable stickers or bundle art prints. So this is about repeatable creativity. You design it once and people can print and use them again and again. They're especially popular with journalers, planners, scrapbookers, and anyone who loves creative hobbies. These products tend to be affordable and really easy to bundle, like 20 nursery art prints, which makes them a great entry point for new customers. Number 11 is colouring pages. So colouring pages sit at this intersection between creativity and well-being. For adults, they can feel calming and mindful, and for kids, they are engaging and fun. They don't need to be over complex. Strong line work and a clear theme often works best. And because they're printable, they can be reused, shared, or turned into fully themed books or ebooks over time. Number 12 are clip art or illustration elements. These are bundles of individual drawings that people can drop straight into their own projects. Icons, motifs, characters, decorative elements, all the bits and pieces. They're popular with designers, small business owners, teachers, and other creatives who want something unique but don't want to commission custom work. It's a way for your art to live inside lots of different projects without you needing to be involved every time. Number 13 is phone wallpapers or desktop backgrounds. People love personalizing their devices and wallpapers, and they're an easy way to keep your art visible in someone's everyday life. They also work really nice as add-ons, bonuses, or part of a larger digital bundle, and you could even offer them as a freebie to get people onto your mailing list so that you can sell to them in the future. Number 14 is pattern packs or surface designs. This is about creating once and then selling or licensing repeatedly. Seamless patterns that can be used on fabric, packaging, stationery, or print-on-demand products. One pattern can live so many different lives across different industries and formats, which makes this a much more passive income stream once it's up and running. Community and education if you enjoy teaching or connection. Number 15 is live workshops or in-person classes. There's something really special about gathering people in a room and making something together. Whether it's a painting night in a local cafe or a workshop in a library or a market pop-up where you teach some simple lettering, these sessions are a great way to share what you know and get paid for it. They're often less about perfection and more about connection. You're creating a space for creativity and learning in real time. Number 16 is pre-recorded classes or mini courses. So these are ideal if you love teaching but need flexibility. You record once and then it sells on repeat. It could be a walkthrough of your illustration process, a class on setting up your products in your shop, or how to edit your work for printing. If people are already asking you, how do you do that? This is a great way to answer it and make it available at any time. Number 17 is monthly memberships or communities. So this is all about creating a shared space, not just for your content, but for genuine connection. It could be a Patreon, a private Discord, or a membership site where people pay monthly to access exclusive videos, behind the scenes updates, or group calls. It doesn't have have to be huge to be successful. Even a small group of committed supporters can provide steady income and a really meaningful sense of community. Number 18 is creative challenges that you lead and monetize. These are short themed events where you guide your audience through a creative prompt or outcome. Maybe it's a 5-day drawing challenge, a month of themed journaling, or a seasonal project that you're all working on together. You can monetize it with bonus resources, printable templates, process videos, private group access, that sort of thing. And what's nice about these is that they're really shareable, so they can grow your audience whilst generating income at the same time. Number 19 is one-to-one mentoring for other creatives. So even if you're just a few steps ahead of someone else, your insight can be incredibly valuable. You don't need to be an expert, just honest about what's worked for you. Mentoring could look like one-off calls, Voxer days, which is like a walkie-talkie app, or short-term support where you help someone refine their offers, grow their audience, or get some clarity on their creative direction. Number 20 is feedback or portfolio reviews. So this is a short form offer that still delivers a lot of value. You could take a look at someone's Etsy shop, Instagram profile, website, or product listings and offer constructive feedback. It's really great for creatives that already get a lot of questions and want to channel that energy into something they can actually charge for. Creative services and commissions, project-based income where you bring someone else's vision to life. Number 21 is murals and large-scale artwork. So if you're someone who likes working big, then this is a brilliant way to create an impact and income at the same time. So murals are bold, visible, and they're often commissioned by schools, cafes, libraries, councils, or even private clients for their homes or their studios. They're not just artwork, they're a talking point, something people see, people remember and share. They do take a lot of time and energy, but the payoff, both financially and creatively, can be huge. Number 22 is calligraphy and window art. These are especially popular in seasonal cycles. Things like Christmas windows, Valentine's Day displays, Easter menus, summer sales. Small businesses love bringing in local artists to add something personal to their space. Maybe hand-lettered signs, chalkboard menus, painted shop fronts. The artwork is temporary by nature, but that just gives you the potential to be booked again for the next season. And if you enjoy working on location, it's a really good way to connect with your community. Number 23 is branding design for small businesses. There are so many independent businesses out there who don't want a cookie cutter logo. They want something unique. So you don't need to be a full-time designer to do this. If you create icons, hand lettering, product illustrations, or packaging elements, you can create icons, hand lettering products, illustrations, or packaging elements. And this type of work often builds long-term relationships. So you can start with a logo and end up designing their signage, social templates, or new product labels down the line. Licensing, collabs, and passive creative work. These are income streams that involve brands or creators using your work. Number 24 is licensing your art. This is where you're not selling your art, you're selling permission to use it. So that might be a brand that wants your illustrations on their packaging, or a publisher needing a book cover, or a stationery company using your pattern on their notebooks. So you keep the rights and they get to use the work for a specific purpose. And you get paid, often upfront and sometimes through royalties. It's a way to make more income from work you've already created. And usually you're still free to sell that artwork yourself. Just make sure you check the contract. Number 25 is creative collaborations. So these are partnerships that bring your style into someone else's product. Maybe you team up with a potter to design a mug range, or a kidswear brand that turns your animal characters into pajamas. It's not just about splitting profits. It's about blending ideas to create something fresh. So last year, I worked with a company to design keyboards using my illustrations and their ability to make keyboards. And that collaboration was a 50-50 split on profits. Collaborations can open you up to a whole new audience without needing to build that platform yourself. Number 26 is surface pattern design. So if you enjoy creating repeat patterns, this one has a lot of potential because one design can live so many different lives. You can license them to fabric manufacturers, wrapping paper brands, wallpaper companies, or sell them to other small makers to use in their own businesses. Number 27 is publishing or editorial work. So your art doesn't always have to be the main event. Sometimes it's there to support someone else's words. That might be illustrating a recipe book for a magazine, creating artwork for a blog, or adding visual interest to a newsletter. It's often one-off or short-term work, but it builds up your portfolio and puts your work in places where new people can discover it. And don't be discouraged by AI artwork. Most creative publications are pro-artist, they have budget for them, and they won't be using AI garbage in their magazines. Number 28 is album covers, branding, and assets. So musicians, podcasters, authors, and even small brands often need artwork that feels totally unique to them. So you might be hired to design an album cover, podcast artwork, YouTube thumbnails, or even a whole visual suite for a launch. It's a way to make your art part of someone else's creative identity. And when it's done well, these clients often come back again and again. Selling spaces and marketplaces. Ways to get your work in front of people online or in real life. Number 29 is in-person markets. These are your classic craft fairs, handmade markets, market trails, and they're perfect for getting real-time feedback. You get to meet your customers face to face, chat about your process, and see firsthand which products get picked up, which products get commented on the most, and which ones are completely ignored. It's also a great way to trial new work without having to launch it online first. Sometimes one great market day can tell you more than weeks of posting on Instagram. Number 30 is pop-ups. So pop-ups are like a low commitment version of retail. You can rent a shelf, a small section, or a short-term setup in a shop, and they sell your work for you. So you don't need to be there. You just drop off your stock, check in occasionally, and let the shop do the rest. It's ideal if you want the visibility of retail, but you don't have the time or the energy to man a stall every single weekend. 31 is art fairs and gallery shows. So these tend to be more curated. They give your work a different kind of platform. So being part of a group show or a solo exhibition can boost your credibility, attract collectors, or just help you take up space in a way that feels bigger than your online feed. Even if you don't make loads of sales at the event itself, the ripple effect, the press, connections, opportunities can be huge. Number 32 is online marketplaces. So sites like Etsy or Not on the High Street bring built-in traffic, which is brilliant when you're just starting out or you don't want to manage your own website. You get ready-made storefronts, a customer base that's already looking for creative work, and systems that handle things like shipping and payments for you. So yes, there is competition, but you don't need to be the loudest. Just clear, consistent, and aligned with your people. Number 33 is wholesale or stockists. This is about building relationships with shops that want to carry your work. So maybe a gallery gift shop or an independent bookstore or a lifestyle boutique. They place bulk orders and you offer them a wholesale price. And ideally, it becomes a repeat partnership. Once you've got a few solid stockists, this can turn into regular, reliable income streams. You can do it online by applying to Fair. I'll leave the link below in the description, or you can apply to retailers yourself. Number 34 is trade shows. So these are bigger, more professional events aimed at retailers. So you set up a booth, Buyers come to browse, and if they love your work, they place large wholesale orders. It's a bigger investment in time, money, and preparation, but if you're ready to scale your product-based business, then this is one of the best ways to do it. Number 35 is conventions. So these are niche, high energy, and full of fans. Think Comic-Cons or special illustration expos. And unlike general craft markets, conventions are packed with people actively looking for your work. Character art, storytelling, fan art, original zines, they're intense, but they can be incredibly profitable. Creator-funded income, ways to earn from your community, your content, or your creative presence. Number 36 is memberships or support platforms. So platforms like Patreon or Ko-Fi let your audience support you directly, either as a monthly subscriber or with tips. So you might offer bonus content, behind-the-scenes updates, or early access to products, or just create a simple tips jar option. It's a way of saying, if you enjoy my work and you want to help me keep making it, here's how. It doesn't require a huge audience, just a loyal one. Number 37 is access to a private podcast. So if you already have a podcast, or if you're thinking of starting one, you don't have to go all in on something like Patreon to offer bonus content. Platforms like Apple Podcast let you create exclusive episodes just for paying listeners. So it could be behind the scenes chats, creative pep talks, deeper dives into topics you've already covered publicly, or early access to upcoming episodes. So it's low effort if you're already recording, but it can create an extra layer of connection and income. Number 38 is ad revenue. So if you're on platforms like YouTube or running a podcast, you can start earning once you hit minimum thresholds. It's not instant and it's not massive at the beginning, but over time it builds. So if you're already posting regularly, this just lets your old content keep pulling a bit more weight in the background. Number 39 is brand partnerships and sponsorships. So this is where you work with brands that align with your values and your audience, and you get paid to feature them in your content. It could be a shout out in a newsletter, a sponsored YouTube video, product placement, or a paid collaboration. The key here is alignment. When it's a good fit, it doesn't feel like an ad, and it feels like a genuine recommendation that benefits everyone. Number 40 is affiliate income. So this one's pretty straightforward. You share the tools, resources, and platforms that you genuinely use, and if someone signs up or buys through your link, you get a small commission. You're not pushing anything new, you're just sharing the stuff that you already use and genuinely rate. And over time, especially if you create content around your process, this can really build up in the background, bringing in consistent passive income. And I actually run an affiliate program for my own software, My Creative Hub. It's a space that helps creatives organize their business, plan their content, and build the kind of systems that make everything feel less overwhelming. And the commission is really, really generous. But here's the key. It is only open to people who are already using the hub, because that way I know it's coming from people that already use it, and that makes all the difference. So I'll leave the link to My Creative Hub below in case you want to have a nosy. You don't need all of these. You just need one that makes sense for you right now, for your energy, for your season, and your goals. And having 40 ideas is one thing, but knowing how to turn that chaos into strategy, that is where the real shift happens. And I explain it all in this video.